The Pomodoro Technique.
The Pomodoro Technique.
La Pomodoro Technique.
The Pomodoro Technique is the most popular technique.
Pomodoro Technique.
This is embarrassing and frustrating, but the Pomodoro Technique did not work for me. How could something that everyone could do be beyond me? Maybe it was my ego speaking, maybe it was the promise of getting more done, but I had to make it work. This is that story. In the late 1980s, Francesco Cirillo was struggling to focus on his studies. To improve his focus, he started using his kitchen timer, shaped like a tomato, to help him commit to short, focused periods of work. The idea was simple. While the timer was on, he could not do anything but study. That allowed him not only to graduate, but build a great career and become a successful entrepreneur. After more than 20 years of Francesco polishing the Pomodoro Technique, here's how it works. First, you need to plan your tasks. You need to remove any decision making about what you're supposed to be doing and ensure you have enough work to do during your Pomodoro sessions. Next, you pick one of those tasks and set a timer for 25 minutes. You need to work on that task and only that task until the timer rings. Third, after the timer rings, you take a 5-minute break. The 25-minute work session plus the 5-minute break are called one Pomodoro. After you finish your first Pomodoro session, you do another Pomodoro session, and then another and another. And you do that until you finish the task at hand and any other extra tasks you want to do. To make sure you stay focused for a prolonged period of time, you also need to take a longer 15 to 30-minute break after every 4 Pomodoros. But of course I knew all of that. While trying to do the Pomodoro Technique, I did all of the steps and they didn't help. The week I spent trying out the Pomodoro Technique was quite the busy week. I was getting tons of calls and texts and instant messages for all kinds of different things. In that week, not only all of my apps wanted my attention, but also all of the people I knew wanted my attention. Obviously, trying to focus during all that would never work. And I knew that. I have written an article about the very same topic 5 years ago. People are infinitely curious. We are curious about the past, of what we could have done differently. We're also curious about the future, of what we could do differently. To focus means to channel all of that curiosity in one single direction. It is not easy and it does take a while. Turning off your notifications and getting rid of their constant barrage of distractions will allow you to enter a state of deep focus. And doing so will also allow that state of deep focus to last for more than 13 seconds. Now, turning off my notifications and doing Pomodoros in less of a busy week helped immensely, but I was still not feeling any much of a difference between just working without any notifications and doing Pomodoros. I was still missing something. So, I took another favorite trick of mine and applied that. While I was taking my breaks, I did what most people do, or what I think most people do. I took out my phone, checked my messages, went on Reddit, scrolled on TikTok, the typical stuff. I was spending some fun time on social media. I earned that! I was making the best out of my break. But I really wasn't. When has flipping from 100% productive to 100% procrastinator ever worked? It has never worked. But wait, there is a solution. There is something that will allow you to both enjoy social media and do focused work. To enjoy social media and improve your focus using the Pomodoro Technique, you need to be mindful during your breaks. And no, that does not mean meditating in every single spare moment of your time. I mean, meditate if you want to, it's a great practice, but you don't have to do that specifically. Just open your social media accounts less. That's the solution. If you open up your social media apps fewer times per day, you're going to build more anticipation to the moment you actually open them and enjoy them more. And you also get to be mindful during your breaks. Neat. For me, while doing my Pomodoros, being mindful in my short breaks meant stretching, playing with the dog, or walking around the house. And after every 4 Pomodoros, during my longer break, I would open up my social media apps and enjoy them. Being mindful in my short breaks helped a lot, but the Pomodoro technique was nowhere close of where I wanted it to be. I have been practicing mindfulness for the last couple of years, and the only difference is I had this annoying timer in the background. I was still not getting it. It was time to get serious. Rereading Francesco Cirillo's book gave me the 2 extra pieces that I needed. Rereading? What happened to my original book? Maybe I gave it to someone. Anyway, the 2 lessons from the book should have been obvious. You cannot imagine how embarrassed I am for not realizing those sooner. I knew both of those things and I underestimated them for how simple they were. The first lesson, and the first thing that the book accents, is planning your tasks. You need to start planning your tasks in 30-minute blocks, in Pomodoros. As with any estimation, you learn and get better at it, but making the conscious effort to go through the process will make all the difference. You can't get better at something before you realize you can get better at it. Prepare your list of tasks and roughly estimate how many Pomodoros you will need for every single one of them. As you work on the task, check off any Pomodoros that you do, including any extra ones. Keep in mind which of your planned tasks ended up taking more of your time. Learn from it, and in time you'll get a very good grasp on how long everything you do takes. It is simple, it is annoying, but it works. The second essential thing is the distractions list. I cannot believe I forgot about that. It's an amazing idea. Whenever you're working, in this case during your Pomodoros, keep a notebook next to you, or a digital notebook like my iPad. While you work, you're bound to get a cool thought, an important question about life, another task, or some other distracting idea. When that inevitably happens, you take it out of your brain and into your notebook. That way, you'll be sure that you won't forget it. Your brain will relax and you'll be able to continue your focused work. David Allen, who has a very similar idea in his book, says your mind is for having ideas, not holding them. And I understand that this is unbelievably simple, but you will be amazed at how effective it is. So just give it a shot. Really, if you had to take one thing from this video, take the distractions list. It will improve your work, no matter if you're doing the Pomodoro technique or not. So, is the Pomodoro technique worth it? Is it the best technique ever? Since going on this journey, I have been using it daily. I think it's a great technique now. Your journey will be different, so just give it a try. Pick a day in your week and do a few Pomodoros. You have all the information you need to do them. If you want some company while doing your Pomodoros, check this video out. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And if you really want to crush procrastination, watch that video next. Stay awesome.